Unafraid show. Appreciate your energy. We're getting ready to get it popping. Got a lot of great things on track today. Power pack show. Interesting show. So obviously the news dropped yesterday about Alex Smith getting traded from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Washington Redskins. I can't remember a time when one trade had this big of implications on the rest of the NFL. I mean, this impacts like 10 different teams, about 8 different free agents. This is absolutely incredible. The Clippers, they just traded Blake Griffin. We talked about it yesterday. But also, this is in hopes of landing LeBron James. Like, do not be fooled, people. The Clippers are trying to land LeBron James in free agency. We will talk about whether that's even possible or not. Fox, they got Thursday Night Football, paying over $60 million a game. And you guys are going to tell me the NFL is dead? That people aren't watching the NFL? Stop being the sheep. Stop being the sheep, man. Think for yourself. That's why you're here, to listen to the truth. The Cavs hit rock bottom. Last night was rock bottom for the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's nowhere to go but up. And Kevin Love is the fall guy. And I'm telling you, I feel bad for Kevin Love at this point in time. I'm going to tell you that. But first of all, the first thing that we're going to get into is this Alex Smith trade. He got traded from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Washington Redskins. Some people absolutely hate this trade. I will tell you, I love it. I love it for Kansas City, and most importantly, I love it for the Washington Redskins. This is absolutely awesome. So Kansas City, they drafted Patrick Mahomes. They want him to start. Okay, fine. He's your future, whatever, right? You're going to paint Alex Smith as this scapegoat, but he's not. When you look at Alex Smith's quarterback rating this year, his throws downfield, over 25 yards. He's one of the best passers in the NFL. He gets labeled as this game manager because of Andy Reid's offense, because they were all over the place last year. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. This is the absolutely best move the Washington Redskins could have made. Absolutely best. Because you get a proven quarterback who's going to win. And then you have the 13th pick. So now you don't have to mortgage your future trying to get one of these young hotshot quarterbacks who might turn out to be dog crap, who might turn out to be garbage. So that's why it's a great move for the Washington Redskins. But here is the thing that people aren't realizing initially. It's how big of an impact that this is going to have on the rest of the football, on the rest of the NFL. You guys make sure you swipe up, share the feed, like the feed, and send in your comments. We will get to them. So the Browns are the first team impacted by this Alex Smith trade. Because if you are the Cleveland Browns, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if you are the Cleveland Browns? So now, the Cleveland Browns were faced with either picking Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, or the kid from Wyoming that I don't think anybody should draft in the first round, Josh Allen. Taking him with your first pick or your fourth pick. That's what the Browns are facing. And you're going to sit up here and tell me that if you're the Browns, the smart thing to do is not to try to get Kirk Cousins. He's a proven quarterback. He's worth the money. You're going to win. And you can take that first pick and that fourth or fifth pick, whichever one it is, and turn around and get 2 quality players. And you don't have to worry about a maybe at quarterback. You get a quarterback who can take you to the playoffs. That's absolutely genius if you're the Browns. And if you are the New York Giants, same thing. Kirk Cousins, good replacement for Eli Manning. You're going to win. You're going to have healthy cats because Kirk Cousins has proven that he can do it with a good team. Why on earth would you not go after Kirk Cousins? So, Alex Smith trade affects the Browns, the Giants, the Jaguars, because they got an issue with Blake Bortles. Like, let's be real. They won. They made it to the AFC Championship. But Blake Bortles coming off of surgery, played out of his mind for a couple weeks. Can he do it again? I'd rather bet on Kirk Cousins. The Vikings, They got 3 quarterbacks and none of them under contract. Bradford, Bridgewater, and Case Keenum. I don't think Case Keenum is anything more than what Case Keenum has showed us. A decent backup, that's it. But now you may be able to lure Kirk Cousins to the Vikings. Great defense, good running backs, great wide receivers. You got a squad if you're Kirk Cousins. You're built to go to the Super Bowl. You have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. That's where Kirk Cousins may land, may end up. The Dolphins are impacted as well. So are the Cardinals, 49ers, because Jimmy Garoppolo, mind you, the 49ers are acting like they're sold on Jimmy Garoppolo. But when you look at his stats, I know he was 5-0. But let's not act like Jimmy Garoppolo just lit up the entire world like looking like he's Tom Brady. He's got a shot. He's got a shot, but the jury's still out. He's not like he came in busting in like Deshaun Watson. All right, come on. He's got a chance. He's got a chance. But he's no guaranteed bona fide star that you're not gonna be willing to sign Kirk Cousins, who's a guaranteed, instead of him. I mean, let's be real. And so all these free agents are impacted by this Kirk Cousins. By the Alex Smith trade, and then Kirk Cousins now being on the open market. Like, that's a huge deal. Like, that is a massively big deal. Next thing up, the NFL got Thursday night football. Sorry, Fox got Thursday night football. They paid $660 million for the rights to broadcast Thursday night football for the next 2 years. About $60 million per game, because some of them are on NFL Network, some of them are on Fox. They're going to be simulcast, whatever. Same thing. They're like samesies. They like share all the equipment for a few weeks. This is just bigger than football, guys. This is bigger than football, because how long have people been trying to tell us? How long have people been saying, oh, the NFL's dead. The NFL's dead. Nobody's watching. Politics. Stop being a sheep. Stop being a damn sheep, man. How many times do I have to say it? Like, people have convinced you that you don't want politics in sports. Okay, yeah, whatever. That's a lie, because you like your politics and everything else. It's the cause that people are upset about. That's why I say don't be a sheep, because these companies, they know people are going to watch football. You can act like you don't want to watch it. You can act, there are people who are watching it in secret. I've been emailed about it. Like, let's not pretend. Oh, it's the politics. No, it's the cause that you don't care about. It's the cause that you don't care about. Because when it comes down to it, these are bipartisan issues. They're bipartisan issues that people are making a big deal about right now on television. Regardless of, they're like, oh, the Hollywood elites are telling us what to do. No, these are bipartisan issues. Sexual harassment is a bipartisan issue. So is suicide prevention, police brutality, equal pay, better health care, schools. All these things are bipartisan issues. So, like, let's not be sheep and listen to the herders try to tell us, oh, but this is politics. This is terrible. This. No, these are bipartisan issues. What they're doing to you is they're making sure that we are divided. There's like a civil war. They've turned it into that. So stop making it that. And if you have a problem with any of those issues I named, sexual harassment, equality, suicide prevention, police brutality, equal pay, these are bipartisan issues. If you have any problem with any of those issues, you need to check. Because I'll tell you this, I love our military. I've been around the world speaking to our military, spending time with them, entertaining them, talking to them about being mentally fit as they are physically fit, all of these things. And if I told you that I was going to take a knee at a football game, take a knee or whatever, because I hate how we treat our veterans, which is not always good. We don't properly give them work training when they get back. Their certificates don't always. So you can be like a combat medic, but then can't be a school nurse. Like all these things don't always add up, right? So you have the way that we treat our military and our veterans. I hate that. So if I say I'm taking a knee because of that, everybody would be fine. That's a political issue, but everybody would be fine with that. If I said I'm taking a knee to stop foreign terrorism, no problem. Everybody would be okay. So you like your politics. It's the cause that you don't like. So that means you got to check your heart. It means you got to check your heart. Let's just be real about it. A player's heart who have been questioned, though. Players who have been in question, who's been hurt, is Kevin Love. And I said it that I believe that the Cavs have hit absolute rock bottom right now. This team went nowhere. Like this Cavaliers team, they have hit absolute rock bottom last night. If you saw the game, I saw the fourth quarter, the entire fourth quarter of the Cavaliers Pistons game. And that last from the 5.5 minute mark to the 2.5 minute mark was one of the most embarrassing displays that I've seen of basketball this entire year. It was absolutely horrible. It was absolutely horrible. This team, mind you, they're playing against the Pistons. The Pistons just traded for Blake Griffin. They traded Tobias Harris, a bunch of signed jerseys, and a bunch of scratch-off tickets for Blake Griffin. All those players that they shipped out didn't play. Blake Griffin and the other Clippers players that got traded to him didn't play. And they were playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Cleveland Cavaliers got absolutely dominated the last 3 minutes of the game. It was embarrassing. Defense was poor. Effort was poor. And they quit. And this is rock bottom for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Love is hurt. The defense is pretty awful right now. There's infighting in the team, and now you got LeBron calling people out on social media like he does at some point in time every single season. This is rock bottom. Like there is no lower point for the Cleveland Cavaliers at this point in time. You guys make sure you swipe up, share the feed, send your comments in, and like the feed. There is no lower point. Like the Cavs cannot go down any more from where they are at right now. And the person I feel bad for in this situation is Kevin Love. There's nothing but dysfunction surrounding Kevin Love. Nothing but dysfunction. He's got Isaiah Thomas shooting the ball up every single damn time he touches it because he wants a new contract. He's on the phone all day with Dan Gilbert. All his other teammates are looking at him like, bro, like, oh, you're kissing up to the man. Oh, really? Kissing up to Dan Gilbert. You want that contract, huh? And in reality, Dan Gilbert's only in this to sell the team. He's trying to figure out how the hell he can keep LeBron or keep this Brooklyn pick, whichever is going to be valuable for him to be able to keep this team, for him to be able to sell his Cleveland Cavaliers for the most amount of money. That's where he's at. So you got IT dysfunction, the owner dysfunction, who LeBron already really hates. The players really don't like him to begin with. You got Kevin Love is always the scapegoat. Everybody else has an agenda. Do you know what this Cavaliers team reminds me of, though? Does anybody watch Marriage Boot Camp on Wii? My wife loves this show, so guess who ends up having to watch the show sometimes? This guy. Marriage Boot Camp. When you come to the show, they, especially the reality stars ones, so they have these reality stars come in. They got all these problems, most of which you've seen on television. The black people and Latino people come in yelling, screaming, all of this stuff. Then there's a white couple or two, and they're like, oh my God, like there's so much dysfunction around here, blah, blah, blah. It's not that they aren't dysfunctional in their own relationship. Their dysfunction just looks different. Doesn't make it any more right or any more wrong. Their dysfunction is just a little more quiet. It's a lot more secrets underground, pressed under, all of that stuff that we're just not going to talk about, that we're going to pretend like everything's honky-dory. There's a difference. They're both awful to deal with, but if you're not used to dealing with that type of chaos, it can be unsettling. And that's what Kevin Love is having to deal with. Always a scapegoat. Everybody else around him has an agenda, and it's absolute chaos. Absolute chaos for Kevin Love. And this is the first time I've ever felt bad for a professional athlete for their situation. But this is bad for Kevin Love. Man just broke his hand, and it couldn't probably feel like more of a blessing, because he gets to get away from this for a few weeks. But guess what? Some kind of way it'll be his fault while he's gone. The same thing happened with Chris Bosh in Miami. Chris Bosh, he took all the blame for what happened in Miami. All of it. Whenever they lose, Bosh didn't give enough help. Despite playing really out of position and turned into a three-point shooter and adapting to a different way of playing, it's all his fault. LeBron needs more help. LeBron needs more help. I've never in my life heard of a superstar that needs as much more help than LeBron James. I like LeBron, but you can't make an excuse every single week that this dude needs more help. I mean, like, don't you get tired of the LeBron needs more help train? Because I do. LeBron always needs some more damn help. It's always his teammates, never LeBron. Always LeBron's teammates. His teammates, he needs more. Well, he might be getting more, because a team that just cleared a whole bunch of cap space for LeBron James, the Los Angeles Clippers. Speculation before the Clippers traded away Blake Griffin was that they're gonna that LeBron James is either gonna go to the Los Angeles Lakers, Philadelphia 76ers, or go play for Greg Popovich down in San Antonio. Those are the three big name landing spots for LeBron James. Okay, that sounds nice and dandy, right? But now the Clippers have gotten in the fold. They traded away Blake Griffin. And then I was thinking about it. What did they really trade Blake Griffin away for? Yeah, they got Tobias Harris. Yeah, they got Avery Bradley and a second round draft pick. But Blake Griffin's probably one of the top 10, top 12 players in the league. And you can't really get equal value back for him. So you really traded him for scratch-off tickets. You traded him for an opportunity at a bigger payday, at possibly LeBron James, because you're going to trade away DeAndre Jordan, possibly Lou Williams, Gallinari if you need to, because guess who? If you get LeBron, guess who he's bringing to town? Nobody thought it was actually going to be possible. Nobody thought LeBron was going to be able to pull it off, but guess what? He's doing it. Who has he said for years that at some point in time before they all retire, who he wanted to play with? CP3, Carmelo, and Dwayne Wade, the Banana Boat crew. They've never all been free agents at the same time. But guess who's going to be free agents this year? Carmelo Anthony, CP3, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade. And guess where they all can go? The Clippers. They can all make it happen to the Clippers. I find this pretty incredible because I didn't see a way that this would ever happen, but now there's a way. And don't you believe that this is entirely possible? Because let's look at Carmelo's situation. Carmelo and Lala, his wife, they got problems right now because Carmelo cheated with some other chick and now he's in trouble. So he's in trouble right now. Where does Lala live? Lala lives in New York and Los Angeles. That's where she works at. So guess where Carmelo wants to be if he wants his family back? New York or LA. Not in Oklahoma City, buddy. So guess where Carmelo would happily go? Los Angeles. Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's just along for the ride. He's married to an actress too. Wouldn't mind being in LA probably. Good workout in LA for that thing called acting. CP3 from LA. Just renting in Houston. Just renting in Houston. And he knows he can't win with James Harden even though it's fun to play with him. Where else would you rather be? Back in LA playing golf all the time at these nice ass country clubs out here where the weather's always good. CP3 will be willing to come back. LeBron James lives here in the offseason. Now, while it sounds crazy that he would be willing, and all these dudes would be willing to go to the second tier team in Los Angeles, do not think that it's impossible. So if you can add those 4 guys, you got to get Avery Brad, and then you can keep Avery Bradley and Tobias Harris. This would be absolutely phenomenal because you're not going to have to pay Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade a ton of money. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. This is absolutely incredible. Like, do not put this past the Lakers. Do not put it past the Clippers to get all 4 of those dudes. Oh, God, it's not impossible. Somebody just asked a question about football, about the Lions and Abdullah and running backs. Man, the Lions need an offensive line before they need a running back, dude. They can't run the ball at all on fourth and short. But, yeah, so that's what's going on with the Clippers. That's what's going on with LeBron James. Do not think that this is impossible, people, because it can definitely happen. Like, I definitely see a way that this can happen. And how good would that be for the NBA? You would have the Warriors on the West Coast, the Western Conference. You would have LeBron and his whole crew, the Western Conference there. Kawhi Leonard maybe gets shipped away from San Antonio to the East. Boston's going to be really good. It's great for the NBA. It's great for everybody. And I'm telling you, LeBron James has been crafting this for a long time. Don't you believe anything else besides that this is going to happen? I don't know whether it happens with the Lakers or whether it happens with the Clippers. That's what happens. What about the Pistons' Stanley Johnson resurgence? Listen, Stanley Johnson played out of his mind last night. He finally got an opportunity. Guys got traded away. Guess what? Time to put up time, buddy. Free agency's coming up. Hey, have you noticed that people play real good when that free agency money come up? They start working hard, getting extra shots up, the stuff you should have been doing to begin with. Yep, that's the time to do it when free agency comes up. So I think that Stanley Johnson is going to play well simply because he wants that bag, man. All the players, as they talk about, the high school kids are talking about, oh man, I need that bag. I need that bag. I saw an interesting story last night, though, about on Real Sports. I know we talk about LeBron James. I'm sorry, about LeVar Ball and all of this stuff. But if you did not see an episode of LeBron about on Real Sports last night, it was phenomenal. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so breaking news. Rasul Butler was killed in an LA car crash. Wow. Wow, that sucks, man. That really, really sucks. Wow. Oh, man. So he was out here in Studio City, out here in the Valley, and gosh, let me read this thing real quick. Sorry, guys. It's just popped up. It says Los Angeles Clippers player Rasul Butler. Oh my God, the car is in shambles. Rasul Butler and his wife Leah LaBelle were killed after a speeding Range Rover lost control on Ventura Boulevard and crashed into the parking lot of a strip mall in the early hours of the morning. Oh wow. Oh man. That stinks. That stinks. So it looks like He was speeding, lost control. Either he or his wife were driving. Speeding, lost control, hit a bunch of parking meters, and flipped over. And oh my gosh, that's awful. Yeah, so I got a chance to meet the dude a couple times, but he seemed like a nice guy to me. Wow, that's terrible. Oh man, I hate to end the show on bad news, but yeah, you know, these are the breaks sometimes. But we covered today, you guys. If you missed it in the beginning of the show, Alex Smith traded to the Washington Redskins. This is impacting everywhere in the NFL. So at the beginning of the show, the Clippers may land LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and CP3. Fox gets Thursday Night Football, and the Cavs hit rock bottom. You guys, thank you guys for joining me. Tell a friend. Tell a friend about the Unafraid Show. Make sure they tune in. You guys tune in every day. Appreciate you guys joining me. Peace out. Catch you guys tomorrow.